And we are live! Hello everyone, and welcome to Live and Let's Dice. It is time. It is Sunday afternoon, and therefore it's time for some D&D. And I am joined as ever by the wonderful Mikey Barry.
Hello.
I'm joined by the ever classy, ever handsome, and perennially erect Robotron, John from the darkroom.
Yes, I'm so erect I just choked on myself for half a second.
Well, as we were discussing before, you have a donut penis. But that's for the audience to figure out what we were talking about with that. And
I got those.
the fantastic legend that is Lawson, the DM.
Hello
to all of you. How are you all doing, lads?
Good. Not too bad.
Excellent. Are we excited to get back into the thick of it? Because we started a new campaign arc last time, which was Streets Unseen, or Unseen Streets. I cannot remember which way around it actually is.
Streets Unseen.
Yes is the answer to that.
Sponsorship deal fucked. Okay, great.
But
Streets Unclean.
Hopefully we're back to
rage.
We're back to find what is on these unseen streets, or even if they exist at all, because this is part 2 of the Dungeon in a Box campaign. Lawson, tell us a little bit about Dungeon in a Box. I'll point this way because I've realised I'm pointing the wrong way.
Where am I? I don't know.
Yeah, you're to my left.
So Dungeon in a Box is a subscription service run by Dungeon in a Box, where they send you a dungeon in a box. I nearly took out my entire painting shelf there for a second. Grabbed too viciously. It's gone. Yeah, so they come with basically 2 subscriptions where you can get a physical version through your letterbox or postbox or, I don't know, carrier pigeon, however you want it delivered, and a digital version, which is what we're using today, where they give you all the assets, the booklets, PDFs, everything like that, so you can run your own D&D campaigns. The great thing about these is they run over the course. They've got years 1 and 2 already out, with year 3 starting next month, which I'm excited for. And so you can run them. Each box that comes through can be run as just a solo adventure, just like a nice little one-shot for you and your party, or as we're doing, they all lead into a bigger arc. So with year 1, you have a large adventure arc called The Secrets of the Greenwald. And the physical box comes with the maps and assets and everything like that you need, skinny minis, along with some actual like physical plastic minis that come along. And it's lovely. I've fallen in love with it as a concept and as a system, and it's been great fun to play through as a DM, and I hope it's as much fun to play through as a player as well.
Oh, definitely. I mean, like, even if you just look at the board now, you can see some of the assets that you get given in this. Like, you get given the cityscapes, all of the different tokens. There's a ton of stuff that we can't see that's hidden behind Lawson's desk of dreams. But as you can see here, there's our little characters that we've made ourselves, imported in. And then you've got, obviously, Crumbles, the most important member of our party down here in the stable. The man himself. So yeah,
the myth, the legend.
You get a lot of content for a subscription, and even if you were to just go for the digital version, as we're using Tabletop Simulator, you can import all of that information into here and run your own campaigns, and it's really easy to connect with people who aren't in the same room. So a very fantastic service indeed. And let's just say hello to a few people that have made it into the chat. Obviously, Nick is here. Jenko, you absolute ledge, you're here. Jessica's here as well. Hi, Jessica. We've got Mr. Jids Vids. We've got Captain Redbeard.
Mr. Jids Vids.
Mr. Jids Vids. What a great name, isn't it?
Mate, that's my childhood best friend. That's Jordan. That's Jordan. That's my childhood best friend.
Wait,
get him. Guy.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant like for some reason I misunderstood childhood for imaginary, and I just like because
your childhood was imaginary. That's why.
It was because
you never had a childhood.
It was because
he's my day one.
It's because you said Mr. Jids Vids, and I thought, and then you're like, oh, hey, that's my childhood friend, and I thought, oh, its imaginary friend was called Mr. Jids. There we go.
The fact that you never had a childhood is evidenced by the fact that you host a fucking pop culture YouTube channel. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
it really
in one
does.
go.
Yep.
I had a great childhood. Thank you.
Here's the top 10 things I didn't get to enjoy. All right, there we go.
That is literally how I live my life. I spend my entire time making lists about video games that other people tell me I'm either wrong about, ruined their childhood, or made them, and I'm just sitting there like, fun.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, fun times. So yeah, we are. What was the recap from last week's session? We are in the tavern at the moment because we spent a long time trying to get through the city gates to find a gnome wizard called Tarkus. Is that right? Am I right?
No, Tychus is not a
Tychus.
gnome wizard. Findle is the gnome wizard.
Yeah, I've not been paying attention, but
He is the friend of Tychus is the friend of Findle, who is the gnome wizard, a man that you have spent a considerable amount of time with at this point, and I'm starting to get worried.
Listen,
darling, we're all friends of Findle.
It's
Yeah.
If they don't fight or fight us or fight with us, then they're just out of my brain. I just like.
Just a gang of assholes.
Yeah. But why don't we run through who we're playing as? John, why don't you go first?
I am Grithor, the High Note, the orcish, the half-orc bard. He believes himself to be charming, like all members of the music industry, and is a gormless idiot with the physical strength to back up being such a fucking knob.
He has a nice streak that is balanced out by his horrifically nasty streak.
Coin.
Yeah, but you have to pay him for that.
Yeah.
Coin.
It's like going premium on an app.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No adverts, but more bloodshed.
He is Spotify, is what he is.
Yes.
He'll do what you want. Just pay him.
Yep.
Just pay him.
Mikey, who are you playing as?
I'm playing as a rock gnome barbarian by the name of BULDUR. Yeah, he's just a very he's a folk hero. You know, he built the land. He nurtured the land. He made the land. He loved the land. He will protect the land. And it sounds like if he can protect the land and get some money, him and his boys are going to do it.
Sorry, Mikey.
Well-endowed dreams.
Mikey, I've just... So, right. So...
Thanks for cutting me off.
No. Sorry, there is... I just got a notification that we got a donation through. But me and Osley were messing around with the sound effects to see what custom ones you could have. So I recorded one, which is me just going, noish. And it seems that we've set that as the donation thing. So I just blasted in the ear while you were talking by my own voice, just going, noish. So yeah, thank you very much, Captain. Thank you very much, Captain Redbeard, for the $20. Get this in before the story starts this time. Thank you so much.
Amazing. What a nice guy. Thank you.
Sorry, you were talking about your massive dong, I believe.
No, I was talking about my well-endowed dreams.
Oh, right.
You know, they're, like you say, a pocket full of schemes and a head full of dreams.
Yep.
Yeah. Bulbous and tumescent with good fortune and adventure.
But that's the thing that everyone loves about BULDUR is the fact that he has these... there's a simple solution to most problems, but BULDUR does not take them. He comes with it.
Yep.
It's points for creativity. That's what he gets.
A for effort.
And to round off the group, I am playing as TORR, the Ember Walker, a Goliath monk who is just kind of there for a fun time. He likes punching people and constantly finds himself bemused at the fact that he deals far less damage than his much shorter compatriot that goes around with him. You're dealing, what is it 2d6 damage with your greatsword?
2d6 plus 6? Maybe.
Plus 6. I'm dealing best. I'm dealing 1d4 plus 3 or
2d6 plus it's 2d6 plus 6 if I'm raging.
Nice. That is insane. And speaking of insane, Lawson, why don't you kick things off?
He would do that while I was mid-swig.
Yep, I actually watched and made sure I caught you just there.
So it's a good thing you're in Wales.
Yep.
Nice.
Where you belong. So, yes, to bring everyone up to speed, very quickly, last week you guys entered the city of Greyhaven, where you found out quite quickly that the city guards are on high alert looking for any type of gnome wizard. You had a gnome wizard in your possession, and you hid him under the side of Crumbles, everyone's favorite owlbear. Everyone loves Crumbles. Anyone who says that they don't love Crumbles, they double love Crumbles.
Yep.
This is fact.
Yep, this is fact.
I love double love.
Yeah, exactly.
The best of the human emotions, double love.
Double love.
Double love.
And so you made your way through the town. There was a small traffic accident that ended up with you lying about being medical professionals and scattered into two different directions. One of you, two of you, ended up in the sort of the big market of Greyhaven.
Yeah.
The absolute slums of Greyhaven, while the Ember Walker decided to do the nice thing and get some medical help for the person who'd had his accident.
Yeah.
You managed, after some sort of minor misadventures, are all now together again in a local tavern called the Bottomless Cup, where you were told that Findle's friend Tychus has discovered some kind of map or key or location to a very powerful magical artifact that the Duke of Greyhaven and the city guards deem a threat to national security, so they're on high alert to look out for what that is. So Findle, as per your deal of being paid entourage, wants you guys to accompany him to Tychus's tower to find out what the heck is going on.
Yes. Thank you for that lovely recap, Lawson, and delivered in such a nice dulcet tones as well. Unfortunately, it was interrupted twice by my stupid laughter voice because we got 2 donations through there. One from Frosty Anchor saying, finally caught one of these D&D sessions. So glad that you could make it, and I hope that you enjoy what you see and hear. And $5 dues from Gabe Sanchez, who says, good morning, first time watching Live and Let's Dice or live, and I am loving it. Good. I'm glad that you are enjoying it because it's about to get better because we're about to start playing. What shall we kill today then, gents?
Die.
Listen, it's coming out even when I don't even mean to.
Yeah. That's a slip and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys have you've spent the night in the tavern. You're all well rested. So any spent spell charges or key points or any damage or anything like that, it's all healed up. So you're all back to full health and full power, ready to really kick the tits off the day.
Thank you.
Ready for round 2.
Yes.
So in this time, Argus, I can't quite remember. He's sort of said that you guys are still more than welcome to use his private accommodation while you're here, and everything's on his tab. But he's got business elsewhere in the city, and so he's going to sort of leave you guys to it.
Cool.
As you make your way on your adventure.
Bye
bye.
Just disappeared so quickly then.
Yeet.
Just sort of yeeted him there. It's too much fun in Tabletop Simulator not to yeet something.
There he is.
So Findle gathers you guys all around for breakfast and sort of details the plan very simply. He looks at it all and goes, right, so we've got to go from here to the tower.
Yes.
Nice and simple, yep.
Mm-hmm.
After breakfast, obviously.
Obviously after breakfast. You've got to have breakfast.
And I can and you're paying for breakfast, aren't you?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I'll have
breakfast all paid for.
He is now.
Fine.
I'll have 12 eggs. No.
12 eggs.
14
God,
eggs.
Buffet.
14
You're
eggs.
gonna be
Buffet.
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 Imagine that.
Yes.
We're basically at Butlins. We've just got like an all-you-can-eat.
Yeah, pretty much. The bottomless cup is sort of a bit more of like a chain sort of thing. It's how Angus has his private rooms. He sort of just like has a.
Oh no, we're in a fucking Weatherspoon.
Yeah, we are. Oh.
You sort of like you're in the Venn diagram of spoons and Little Chef.
Oh, mate. Right. Okay. So
Carvery.
So
Carvery.
So John, Olympic breakfast. Mikey, Olympic breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna eat our Olympic breakfast first before we do any adventuring.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, or we should probably plan how we're going to. Do we need to know anything about the tower? Like, is it protected by any magic spells? Is there any sort of secret areas in it? Because if it's going to have the guards around there, they're probably going to be monitoring that location.
Well, if so, like he sort of detailed this one last night, but he reiterates again that if they're looking for Findle specifically, it means that they'll have found anything, whatever they'll have tried to find at the tower.
Okay.
Because if they're looking for Findle, it means they'll have exhausted anything. So either they've already got Tychus or Tychus is on the run as well. But either way, you need to get to the tower.
Okay, that's fine. Just wanted to make clear on that. Right. So in that case, then we should set off post haste. Really.
Yeah. So the journey is pretty simple. Since you've got Findle, who knows the layout of the city reasonably well. It's a quick stop through 2 districts, and then you'll be there. You've just got to go through the High Street district, which is where you're at now, through the Market Street district, where Ember Walker has been before, and then straight on to Tychus's tower.
Okay, cool.
And so, if there's anything else you want to do at the tavern before you leave,
The only thing that I would say is that we should probably check on Crumbles. We haven't got any food for him now, and I'm a bit worried that he is going to cause issues.
Starve.
Yeah.
He might get a bit peckish and eat the horses.
Yeah. So I mean, like, he trusts you, Boulder.
Yeah,
We should
that's fair.
probably, like, you should go and talk to him.
All right.
Mikey,
What up, homie?
I love how quickly he moved, and I love the fact that you didn't just lift him through the walls. You went round the outskirts of the building.
I'm doing this right, Jules.
Yeah. Okay.
I could have
No
got
half
jumped.
measures.
No half measures.
Okay.
Only half me.
Here we go then.
Yeah.
All right.
So, what do you want to do with Crumbles?
I'm just gonna go pat him on the head. See if he's
All
hungry.
right.
See if he's hungry. You know what I mean? I ain't got any berries
Let's
left.
see, animal handling.
Alrighty.
There we go. It begins, ladies and gentlemen.
It begin. Roll the dice.
Where are you? Oh God.
Oh, hang on. I'll bring a dice over. 2 seconds. Because I forgot that you can pick one out, can't we?
Yeah.
So I will take this one.
Okay. Cool. I see you.
Where are we going to roll it? Are we going to roll it in this one here?
Yeah.
We
Well,
normally
yeah,
did?
yeah. I'm here with you.
Right, champion. So animal
Ooh.
handling
19.
plus 0. 19.
Nice.
You handle that animal, mate. You handle it.
Yeah.
To the sound of the ice cream man going past.
Yeah, oh, mate, you've got weasels in your pants, but you've really calmed them down. Well done.
Sorry, what's your roll, Mikey?
A 19.
A 19. Oh yes, Crumbles was napping happily in the stable, and he's happy to see you in sort of like a very like that kind of like cat-like lazy sunbeam like.
Yeah.
You notice there are sort of like half-eaten like bags of grain that have been put around him at sort of a slight distance. It looks like the staff have been put on hand to kind of look after him. They're not entirely. Yeah, they're tending to him. Obviously, with the reverence of a human being that has only heard of owlbears and how they are liable to rip people's faces off. So all the food's been stacked about 5 feet away from the stable that he's staying in.
Ah, that's fair then. So he's got, it's quick and easy to do.
Yeah, they're also not entirely sure what Crumbles eats. So there is just a various selection of like feed, hay, the breakfast buffet.
6 horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a haunch of
that's nice.
deer meat,
That's nice of
things
him.
like that.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we can probably leave him here.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
I won't leave him here. I'm just gonna pat him on the head, kiss him on the forehead, and say, I don't know. He's an owlbear. He won't understand me. Have a good day.
Wow, they got really, really like intense and emotional, and then just super, super formal. Like, right,
What an insight into any relationship you must have. That's wonderful. I love you. Have a good day.
Yeah.
I know. Have a good day.
Brilliant. Cool. Right.
Do.
So, are we all leaving the
Brilliant.
tavern then?
Whoa.
We're all off.
Yep. If you all guys want to set yourselves up in the market district that I've already set up here.
Nice. There we go.
Yeah. Just to reiterate again, yeah. So the maps and the little tokens in here were all assets from Dungeon in a Box. The only things that aren't are the character tokens for the players, which were done by Jenko. So thank you again, as always, Jenko.
That
You
looks
are
so
a
good.
star. I love you.
Yes,
That's
Jenko's
so good.
such a star, man. I thanked him by giving him syphilis in Darkest Dungeon.
Amazing.
Yeah. Cheers, buddy.
Stays with you. Good gift.
He'll always remember me.
Yeah. That's what you
When
want
there's
from a gift.
Yeah, a faint
Exactly.
burning. Yeah, a faint burning and a terminal rash.
A moist itch.
I feel that's a band, again, that we've not yet listened to.
Yeah.
I think I've heard Moist Itch.
Yeah.
They've definitely been around my house.
John, if you can hear it, go doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
should
my
fit.
syphilis is too loud.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What?
If you can hear it fizz, it's too far gone. You
Yeah.
don't need a doctor, you need a priest.
Basically, he's got a dip for like a week old.
The priest is why I have the syphilis.
Oh,
Sorry.
no.
Oh.
And the concurrent viewership just plummets. All
Right.
right.
Done.
Are they taking confession?
No.
Right, let's go.
Let's continue.
Okay, so Findle leads you through the high street. There's a lot of sort of like general like hustle and bustle going on. It's a large city. It's what you've come to expect,
Yeah.
and it's just sort of a quick cross journey through the high street as you make your way to the market district. And so you just as you're about to leave and move into the next district, you happen across quite a rare sight. It's a delegation of drow that have arrived.
Okay.
Yeah, so from what you guys know, the relationship between sort of the like human, dwarven, elven races is quite strained between themselves and the drow. They're a very shut off culture of people, and they are sort of known to be very permissive of necromancy.
Hmm.
No one's kissing my neck.
Yeah. So, like on the whole, there is a lot of tension between the Drow kingdom and the kingdoms of the Greenwald.
Marvelous.
So Findle, he spots the procession, the delegation as well, and he turns and goes, "Oh, yes, they must have been invited here by Queen Sophia. I know there's been a lot of talk about her trying to promote peace between the two kingdoms. Quite difficult though. The common folk don't tend to get along with the drow too well. Their occasional use of necromancy. I say occasional, that's an understatement. They love themselves a corpse train."
Okay. Interesting.
So as you watch the, I don't need these. Why have I brought out these horses? Silly horses. No need for these horses. So as you can see here, the little black coach that I've got here, that's the delegation.
Okay.
It's been moved. And the reason that I said silly horses is because it's not being pulled by horses.
Ooh.
Oh.
So it's just like magically
It
being
is.
pulled.
If by magic you mean it is on the shoulders of about half a dozen cloaked individuals. Like they've got cloaks on and they are covered like head to toe in leather coverings and straps that completely hide their bodies.
Ooh, okay.
They've like I said, it's about half a dozen of them have got this carriage up on their shoulders, and they're sort of marching it almost like a funeral procession down the high street. The carriage itself, it's made from strange, like interwoven, interlocking, like black wooden panels. It almost gives it a sort of a chitinous look to it, like it's like an insectoid body.
Interesting.
It's transported through, and this strange sight has it's caused a bit of a ruckus amongst the common folk that are sort of milling about the street.
Ruckus in what way?
Yeah.
Like they're voicing displeasure at seeing it, or just commotion as in like, wow, that's quite the sight.
It's a bit of both. Like at first, it's a sense of awe, because even by Greyhaven standards, this is a very unusual sight. But then it dawns on the common folk that, like, even people that have spent their entire lives in the city, or aren't very sort of like common and basic folk, even they start to recognize the unmistakable signs of drow design to the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a couple of like sort of drow kingdom markings on it, and while a few people are still watching it go by, sort of like, oh, this is quite interesting. Oh, that's a bit odd. I've not seen this before. Some amongst the crowd are starting to get very agitated. They're throwing out, like, some of them are just throwing out like you know, sort of a couple of barbs, you know, various things. But some of them are really like incensed that there are drow in their city, and they are throwing out some incredibly like xenophobic anti-drow rhetoric.
Are they are the city guard in place around here, or is it just this procession moving in unguarded?
Yeah, there's no sort of there's like a couple of guards about, but they don't seem, because there's no actual like crime going on, and a couple of them might even have the same sort of prejudices as the crowd. Yeah. They're not sort of stepping in straight away, but there's definitely a shifted tension from sort of curious interest to a couple of pockets of people getting very, very angry.
I think, I mean, like, as a group, right, guys, this is kind of in game, kind of out. Are we the good guys? I mean, like, we are adventurers, but are we? I mean, I'm more than happy.
I am
to go.
a good guy.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Look, so these common folk, obviously, in my eyes, you know, look, these are the guys that work in the land.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that their prejudices is okay. However, I can probably go have a crack with what's going on, like, because I'm assuming the drow are speaking like undercommon. They speak undercommon, do they not?
Yes, the drow do speak undercommon, but they also can speak common as well. Like,
yeah. So I mean, if they wanted to keep their business down, I'll have a wander over them, see if they can get any information, and just be like, "What are you doing here? People are clearly not happy."
Well, the thing is that like I'm of the ilk of like they're not doing anything wrong. They can
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They can come and go as they please, but if people are starting to get agitated, it's just kind of like.
That's why I'm asking why they're there.
Yeah.
Because if we literally go, what are you doing here? You can't be here, leave. Or literally going, no, I'll let them in. Because if they literally come in and set up some sort of sacrificial altar and just start like sacrificing all the women and children to Demogorgon, that's when things are going to go a bit shit.
If they're here because of the order of the Queen, like Queen Sophia, did you say, or Sophie?
Queen Sophia.
Queen Sophia, then that means that like they have every right to be a hand of like a royal partner. So we should probably make sure they get there to be on the good side of the
the but why do the royals?
Oh, no fucking clue. No fucking clue, mate.
That's the thing. If Findle's talking about all these people bringing back dead bodies, I don't really want these guys to be. I mean, I'm happy to escort them, but knowing the whole necromancy thing, like that sounds like it's we got bigger fish to fry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this is getting in over our heads, but at the same time, we are heroes and we do like money.
Yeah, I don't want people to be abused just simply because of like who they are. That doesn't seem very in keeping with us as people. Guthor, Guthor.
Well,
what do you think?
He could go entertain the crowd.
Are they a band? They look like a band.
They play some very heavy metal.
We join band.
Okay, we join band.
We join band.
Yes.
Make money. Many groupie.
Because this is the thing, like, I think that it would definitely set a statement to watch fucking massive Goliath, a huge half-orc, and a massively ripped barbarian just stride out and be like, you leave these people alone.
I'm the world's most ripped 8-year-old.
Yeah, you are. And you're on my shoulders at the moment as well.
Yes, I am.
I'm carrying
you. In that case, if we've decided that we're telling people to leave those people alone, is that what we're thinking?
Well, I think
is that what we wish to do?
I
mean, you could kind of cause a distraction.
More than happy to, my friend. Absolutely, more than happy to. I think I get the feeling that whatever my little distracting bard power is.
Oh yes, yes, you've got one of those, haven't you?
Yeah, I do. I think it's the old prestidigitation.
Yes.
I think it's that one.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is using all of the articulate nature of my orc idiot, he is going to, while shooting fireworks and sparks off, why not? Let's run up to the cart, very enjoyably, shooting sparks off, screaming, "Wow, drow!" His number one jam. Wow, drow! Wow, drow! Now! Wow, drow! Wow, drow! Now! And he's trying to get the crowd involved. He's very excited by this.
I love this idea in principle until you roll low and it makes it look like you're storming towards the drow themselves, shooting fire from your hands and looking like the biggest threat in the room.
Oh, drow!
Yeah, because
wow, drow! Now!
He's attacking us! He's attacking us!
Everybody! Everybody!
But you know what? While that's happening, we can run up there as well and try and escort them out to make sure that they get through this marketplace safely. Because I'm assuming that they're headed almost in the same direction that we are. Because you said that we need to go down here and then out towards this end of the.
Well, that's the way to the sort of like the main like palace mansion quarters.
Yeah.
You're just crossing straight through
into
the mansion district.
Well, let's. I'm happy to take a detour and make sure they get at least out of this area safely, and then we can go about our way. What do you guys reckon?
We got. I mean, we could just push a cart through the crowd of people and just slowly push them out the way.
Yeah, we could. Well, I mean, as long as we're acting just like bodyguards and stuff, that's fine.
Just like push this one.
Lawson just literally the finger of God just spawning in like loads of guards.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, I love this.
This is brilliant. How are you doing this, Lawson? This is magic.
Street fight.
Cool. Right, let's help out. So, with the high note, getting ready his amazing #1 hit song.
Wow, drow!
Yes.
Now!
Yes.
Now. Everybody!
While he's doing that, Mikey and I will start moving along by these stalls, wait for the signal of him basically starting this, and then go up and approach the cart and try and speak or usher the cart along. Sound like a plan?
That sounds like a damn good plan.
Excellent.
Before we go, just a quick thing.
Yep.
I'm just going to turn to our good friend Flimble and inquire, coin?
He already has a copper piece waiting for you. He's just like...
Like a pen dispenser.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's got one of those like old school things which is like... There you go.
Yeah. He's got one of those things like strapped to his waist now that like bus drivers keep changing.
Yes, that's it.
So he's just like
accepted.
What? So is he gonna start giving people the stink eye when they give him a 20 quid note?
All right. What do we need to do?
Okay, so you roll me a performance check.
That's a D20, yo.
Yes.
D20.
That's a D20.
And you have like a bonus to this, I'm pretty sure.
I do. I'll get the sheet. And I've rolled.
No,
and it's...
That doesn't count because you just threw it. Just press R on it.
Oh, all right. Here you go. Boom.
Rules help guide the fun.
There we go. 16.
There you go. And me old... oh, Christ. Where's... performance +4.
Nice, 20.
20.
So as always, the high note delivers a rousing performance.
Wow, drow! Look at them! Oh yes! Wow, drow! They are your best class! Wow, drow! Gone to lick your necks! Wow, drow! Press F to pay respects. Your relatives were dead, but now they're back, and that's good. Relatives were dead, but now they're back, and that's good. Yes! Everybody dance! Everybody dance!
I'm gonna, even though we're meant to be subtle, I cannot not applaud that as I walk past him. Yes, this guy right here. Oh, and then move towards the cart. They just move towards the cart. Just like, oh yeah, oh, great man, great.
Just run past, giving him the NFL butt slap.
Yeah,
like, good game, man. Woo!
So it is another fantastic performance from the high note. You managed to sort of just through your absolute just vocal power. You drown out a lot of the anti-drow slurs and sentiment that's been building up around the crowd. So people that were sort of like on the fence before, they're kind of like toe tapping and like singing along a bit, and they're like, oh, this is actually this has become a bit of a performance piece now for them, and like, oh yeah, this is pretty good, I like this, and like there's a couple of like disgruntled people who are very, they're still like they're trying to do the whole shouting thing, it's like that bit in Hook where Rufio keeps trying to scream his own name, but it's just not working.
A few Daily Mail readers just hanging on.
Yeah, there's a couple of very angry gammon faces out there.
Yeah.
But that's okay because you've got the high note singing the good times.
Amazing.
So while High Note is serenading this delegation and the people that have come to watch, you guys are you still wandering over to the carriage?
Well, as we move closer, does there look to be anyone who's in charge of this carriage, like a sort of drow that stands out more than the others?
Okay, so there is no driver to this.
Yeah,
it is just 6 complete like leather-clad and cloaked individuals who are carrying this carriage on their shoulders. The carriage itself, the way the panels are designed, it's pretty much like completely locked down. There doesn't seem to be a way to look in or look out.
Okay.
It sounds like they're like acolytes or something.
The only thing that is sort of a bit different is as you get round and sort of see on the towards the front of the carriage is there is a human.
There's a human
who is dressed. Yeah, he's dressed in the garb of the royal court.
Okay.
So he looks to be.
If he's the one that's kind of like ushering them through these streets, then it's probably best to speak to that person. So
yeah, he instantly looks very. He looks quite relieved because now that the way that the crowd opinion is sort of turning back in towards like the favor of not lynching these people.
Yep.
He does seem sort of quite relieved, but he does instantly sort of like spin around when he sees you guys approach, and he's like they're here on orders from Queen Sophia. Please step back.
Do not worry, we are not here to cause trouble. We are actually here to help escort these people through to make sure that there's no issues whatsoever. So if you'd like our assistance, we're more than happy to help.
It's like no, it's fine. If you can just sort of keep the crowd under control, we'll just move straight on and through.
Sure.
And that'll be fine.
I'll motion to Mikey and just be like, you take this side of the crowd of the streets. I'll walk on the other side. And basically, if I stand like sort of like in the middle-ish, just to keep an eye on anyone who might charge the stage or whatever it is, and then just be like,
yeah,
act as like bouncers basically at a gig.
I'll just spin around in a circle with my sword out. If anyone gets close, it's their own fault.
It's like that.
I've been holding the lawnmower from a long time.
It's the Simpsons thing where it's just like, I'm just going to swing my fist, and if you get in the way, that's your problem.
All right, Pie, I'm going to do this. If you get eaten, it's your fault.
Just the D&D equivalent of 1v1 me in the mosh pit.
Yeah.
1v1 me Undeadberg.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's all about rust, mate. Rust knives only.
Rust knives only.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
Let's keep
so the procession like just moves through pretty abated. High Notes just sort of you're still absolutely playing your godforsaken heart out, and like not even the diehard racists in this crowd after spying a Goliath, the world's strongest 8-year-old, and a half-orc that is rocking out harder than anyone has ever seen, dares really sort of get too close to the delegation carriage. And I want you guys all to make me a perception check.
Okay.
What dice is that, friend?
20.
I got...
Great, I get a -2.
Perception is 12 plus... I got 13.
I got a +2, so I got 16 plus. Yeah, I got 18.
Nice.
I'll take this. I'll tell you what, I'll steal this red dice here.
I'll take this nice lightning dice.
I got 0.
So we've got a 0, a 13, and was that an 18 from you, John?
Yes.
2 minus 0. 2 minus 2.
Fantastic. So as the carriage moves through the streets and away,
Bye, drow.
High Note, you
Drow.
know. Yes, you notice. You notice that a small slit on the side of the carriage opens up, and you see a very delicate ashen grey hand sort of peek its sort of fingers out of the slit in the carriage and drop something on the ground.
Ooh.
That you notice.
Yep.
So you, from what, and you can see that it is a very ornately carved. I'll just double check what the heck it actually is. Yeah, it's carved from obsidian, and it's a black spider ring.
Ooh.
Yes.
A black spider.
Rings are coins for the hand. I will go get.
Yes, that is yours. You have a nice black spider ring carved from obsidian. That is worth 50 gold.
Nice.
Findle makes a comment, looking at you as you pick up that lovely ring and things, and he goes, "Oh, something a bit special about that.
Oh.
Yes.
Mind if I take a look, friend?"
Yes. Look with your eyes, not your hand.
Findle nods in agreement. He doesn't want to put his hands anywhere near you
Ooh,
I don't.
that cost extra.
because he would like to get them back.
Yeah.
This is the thing with me, obviously being like a folk hero. I'm trying to think. Is there any way that like the black spider is to do with the drow, but it's to see if I can recall anything to do with the black spider. Just in case, I don't want us to pick up a cursed ring, and that looks like they weren't exactly like clean cut. You know, there's a lot to do with the fact that, like, I mean, I wasn't even paying attention, but I've just seen him go, "Ooh, shiny!" Picked it up and given it to the gnome.
Yeah. In fairness, you know, High Note has only been known to pick up anything unless it's a human remains or money.
Yeah.
No, Findle takes a look at the ring itself and thinks, he goes, "Oh, there's a touch of magic about that.
Ooh,
That'll be quite useful to you." He explains that the magic surrounding the ring will allow High Note to sort of crawl around just as easy as if he was walking on his two muscular and powerful legs.
Wait, what? So that he could crawl on all fours as quickly as running?
As quickly as moving. So mechanically, what it means is while he's wearing the ring, he can use the crawl action, that won't cost any extra movement. So he can crawl as fast as he can move.
Amazing.
Which will make him terrifying.
That is terrifying.
In fact, I'm so tempted to now just do the character with a broad Australian accent because he's now a horrifying hairy spider. But I am just going to ask, if he ate the ring,
why?
If he ate it,
what?
I just want to know, if he ate it, would it still have magical properties?
No, in the strictest sense of when it comes to magical properties, they're very odd in about that they have to be worn, not consumed.
Okay.
Right, eat your finger.
It just seemed like that would be a good security conscious way of never losing the ring.
No, that's
after every meal.
It's a way you could keep the coins.
Yeah, he puts it on. Then. Great.
Yeah, so like I said, so mechanically, if you ever, in a mechanical sense, if you're ever sort of like knocked on your arse, you can just sort of get back up again, but it costs you half your movement. Or in game terms, while you're knocked on your arse, you can crawl, but it costs you extra movement to crawl. That's no longer the case for yourself, John.
Nice.
You could
I
just
get
run
knocked down. I get up again.
Yeah.
Yes. You're never going to
Yes.
keep me down.
You are literally Chumbawamba. You are tub
Yes.
You are the tub thumping high note.
High Note, the Tub Thumper. I changed my name.
Yep, fair. Oh,
Brilliant.
you totally should change your nickname depending on what your latest achievement has been.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
And Mikey, can you do me a history check?
Mm-hmm.
Just so
Okay.
what you know of sort of drow society and like the spider,
Yeah.
black spider.
Whoa. Yes. All right. So. Oh, there we go.
What?
7. Ugh.
7. And do you get any bonuses to that, or is that just?
That is with bonuses.
Oh right, okay. 7. So what you like being sort of quite a well-traveled gnome, you do know a fair bit about the drow. They've had a long and contentious relationship with the other races of the Greenwald. A long time ago, in ages past, they withdrew from the mainland and dwell exclusively on the Blazing Islands far off the coast.
All right. So why are they back?
Well, see, it's with like they like they said, they've always just sort of had a bit of a contentious relationship, and Queen Sophia is trying to like mend relations with them, or at least have something a little bit more peaceable than openly screaming at each other in the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why that they haven't got along with the other races is that they stand out with they're the only civilized folk in the Greenwald area that practice necromancy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm like, yeah, they practice necromancy. Why are they kicking about here? That's never a good sign.
But like I said, they've been invited by Queen Sophia.
Yeah, to try and mend relationships. Like, yes, they do
Yeah.
necromancy, but it doesn't mean that we should hate them.
I'm not saying to hate them. I'm just saying be careful.
Yeah.
Like, I've been on many an adventure, me lad, and it's one of these things where necromancers are never a great thing to hang out with.
Unless you die.
Well, like every other civilization has pretty much I say pretty much death magic of any sort was completely banned by the Wizard Council years and years and years ago. And the drow sort of just kind of like took that more as a guideline, and that guideline was, we're going to do it anyway. Like, necromancy is not taught anywhere on the mainland. It is only taught in the Blazing Islands. And they use it mainly as they don't use it for, it's not a spiritual thing. It's not a religious act or anything like that. They just use the dead as a tool.
Right, okay.
Still don't like it.
Which is fair. I mean, it's creepy as all hell. But yeah, so that's what you know about drow society in the Greenwald. So the procession has moved on, and everyone's feeling a little bit more like you've all done sort of a nice thing to mend drow Greyhaven relations this day, and stopping a possible riot.
Good.
And Grithor got a nice ring.
Damn right he did. And now I just only can imagine him crawling everywhere, and it's really creeping me out.
Like the girl from the Exorcist, which comes down the stairs.
Yeah.
On a ring, yeah.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Right, so so I'm gonna sort of speak to the guys in the group about the whole they practice necromancy. That's fair enough that they're here, but keep an eye on them.
Sure.
Because
Jules, what are you doing with that crowd?
They're following them.
Because it's all fair and well being like, oh, they only use it for a tool until they don't. Okay?
You sound prejudiced.
I don't sound prejudiced.
You sound prejudiced. You sound anti-drow. Why?
No, I'm anti-necromancy. Anti-death magic.
Yeah,
I don't trust it.
To be fair, I mean, he's got a point. I mean, I'd hate to have my fucking flabby shit body used against my will to work. If there's one thing I do not stand for,
it already.
It is working hard. I do not want to work hard in life nor death.
Okay.
Oh.
Right. Let's let them go then.
So So Findle starts to the crowd sort of disperses and goes back about its business as the delegation moves on, and Findle leads you guys down the street onto the next section, which is the Market Street.
Ooh.
Or the market square, which Jules, you have been to before.
Oh, yay. Lucky me. I remember this.
I don't.
I know where the apothecary is now.
Yes.
Oh, my mate.
What a thrilling day.
Well, my day fucking sucked compared to your guys. Your guys are like, oh, we're going to beat up some ruffians outside of a bar, drown them in fish barrels. What did I do? I carried a fucking dwarf over my shoulder and got him some neosporin. How was it?
Yeah, I tore a man's throat out.
Yeah, you really did.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and
I will.
And it was funny because I watched back the video, and there was literally 2 sentences before you say something like, we'll just rough him up. We'll knock him out. And then after that attack round, it's like, I'm going to rip his throat out. It's just kind of like, okay, something has happened in John between these 2 points.
Something is broken.
Yeah.
I never specified how long he would be knocked out for.
Forever.
Permanent knockout.
Yeah, for his life.
PKO. There.
So Ben is not happy that we are making friends with drow.
Ben's never happy.
Ben is prejudiced.
Oh, yeah.
Very anti-drow. Very anti-drow.
And anti-crumbles.
I
Which
know.
means he double loves crumbles.
Yeah, he double
He's a
loves-
hateful man.
Just ripping on him. Just like, he's a hateful man. I'll spit on his face.
No, I love Ben.
I respect that he has different opinions to me, but I still find them loathsome. There we go.
What is it? Out of curiosity, John, what's the biggest spider you ever saw when you were in Australia?
It was a dinner plate. It was a huntsman.
Oh,
Um,
they're fucking deadly.
yeah. No, they're not.
Are they
no,
not?
No. Funnel web spiders, which
Oh.
are like the size of a 50p piece. They'll kill you. You've got 10 minutes to live. But a huntsman, which is like that, has no venom whatsoever. It's just incredibly hairy and just crawls around like this. Here's one. Here you go. Oh, you've seen me. I'll just stay here until you're not looking.
Oh,
And now
no.
I'm here. Oh, you've looked at me again. Oh, they're the fucking worst. And if you anger them, right, because that's quite possible. Like if you go to get them, they crawl forward at blinding fucking speed.
Oh, what to frighten you off again? She's like, come on then, fuck off.
Well, I got a mate who'd enlisted in the army. He was the toughest bloke I knew. Right, there's one just crawling on the ceiling. He went, no, I'll just get it. Gets a plastic container. It fell on the floor. Oh, he shrieked and ran. He's 6'7" for fuck's sake. He went from being the Undertaker to Paul Bearer in fucking 0 seconds. It was amazing.
I could not deal with that, man. Like the spiders over a certain size are just so you look at them, it's because you cannot predict what they're going to do next. So you're just like, oh no, get away.
Anything over a size is bad enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
My worst dream would be to walk into a room, turn on the light, and to only see like giant spiders and birds. Birds flying at me is just so. It's just like, get out of my face! Why are you like this,
bro? Right, one day, me and you, we're gonna go away for a weekend. It's gonna be a soul searching weekend of how I turned my fear of birds into anger and hatred. Trust me, man. I used to be terrified of them.
Yeah.
Seagulls used to keep me up at night. Like they just freak me out. This is the thing. This is a genuine thing. So I had a dream. I had a nightmare. I was in a car, just driving up a road. It was like that kind of like LA sort of style roads where it's like 5 bands across, and a dirty old van pulls up next to me. And literally all it was I look at the window. It's a black tinted window. I look back at the car. I look back at the window starts coming down. It was a seagull driving the van. That was it. Right? The seagull just kind of went and looked, and I just went, uh-oh. And then just woke up. Ball of sweat. Awful. But yeah, that things like that used to happen. And then after a while, I just got annoyed and angry. And me and birds have had a bad relationship ever since. I've had a physical altercation with a vulture once.
What? Yeah, as in you punched it.
He started it. Kicked
Dead.
it.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm not dead.
Yeah. I might look it, but I'm not. I'm just pale.
Oh. I hate them. The thing
Yeah.
is, though, they're so big, like vultures. They span like they got like 2+ meter wingspans, and when they start getting uppity and like jumping about and like exactly like that, they're just awful. And what happened was, I was at the zoo, and in the zoo that I was in, the bird enclosure is you go into it, and they're just everywhere. So you've got like parrots just going flying around. You've got the little cool ones that just kind of sit there and look at you and kind of do all this weird stuff with their head. But then you had the vulture that enjoyed the smell of a brand new like bag, and it was getting really uppity, and it was just trying to steal everything out of the bag. So it grabbed the handle and was just pulling it and like puffing its wings up and kicking its feet out. So I was like, oh yeah, whatever. Like, give it here. I'll try and pull it off it. And it literally like dragged my arm, and I was like, whoa. And then we had a bit of a scuffle. And its mate jumped in, so I gave it a swick, kicked it in the chin, and it backed off. That was all of it, and I was like, there we go, mate. It's over.
Mikey Barry, bird beater.
In the chin, yeah.
Do vultures have chins?
Well,
I mean, they've got a bottom of their head.
Okay. I'm just going to say, surely that's more neck, and that's all that is. That's amazing.
Or the underbeak.
Yeah, I fucking chinned it. I fucking chinned a vulture. You don't know how fucking tough I am. Chinned a vulture.
Oh.
Knock the teeth out of a hen.
What's the biggest animal that you kick the shit out of, John?
That's a good fucking question. I've never kicked the shit out of a big animal. I was fucking I did a terrible thing. Me and a goth ex of mine were out on a beach, right? Out on a beach, and just two city suburban kids out on the coast, and we were going for a walk. She was wearing new rocks that were up to her knee. We used to miss buses because she couldn't run for a bus in those things, right? So we're there on the sand. So we're already having a pretty bad day. A colossal grey kangaroo jumped out of a bush, and this thing, they're called boomers, male kangaroos, right? You know, and you don't say okay to these fucking things. They're terrifying.
Right.
Right.
Oh, are these like the super stacked ones that like stand on their legs?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge and grey, and it's bigger than you are. And I think probably the point at which I'd realised that I was probably a shit boyfriend was I was halfway down the beach before I realised, because I'd run. I just went, fuck this. I was out. And then I turned around and I just saw she was trying to run, bless her heart, but it was like Frankenstein. Just, you know, I mean, it didn't attack us. We were just scared, but it was fun. It's like, okay, when she gets over here, I think the phrase "you abandoned me" is about to be thrown at me. And oh well, there you go. There you go.
Oh, that's good.
If anything, the real monster in that story was me. So there we go.
So what I think we should do, based on these two lovely stories, is that every time Lawson is setting up the map, we need to go through and have like almost carry on a podcast.
A story.
It's a tiny podcast that we're just going through the entire thing. So I'll think of a question and I'll ask you guys when it comes to it. So it's like a 2-hour long interview, but done in spates of like 15 seconds at a time.
I love the sound of that.
That's
like, because Mikey has some stories to tell.
Oh, Mikey does. Right. Are you ready,
But
Lawson?
can Mikey legally tell them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell most of them.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. Everything is set up. Welcome to the Market Square.
Oh, that looks lovely.
Oh, wow.
Complete with rotating fountain.
Oh, yeah.
They've really gentrified this
They really
place.
have. Yeah. Oh my god!
It
Look,
looks lovely.
The fish barrels spin as well.
Yeah, it looks
everything
lovely,
says if
but
you hold
coffee
Q.
costs- Yeah, but coffee costs like seven gold.
Yeah.
The
I'm
rent
out.
is ridiculous around here now.
Yeah. Can you get avocado on toast? That's what I want.
It's got to be smashed.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course it is.
And
the toast.
No, but you can get smashed toast on avocado.
Nice.
Oh, perfect.
Nice.
Good.
Ooh. I hate avocados. Sorry.
Ah, boo.
You're prejudiced. All right, let's go.
Against avocados.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So, which side are we entering from, Lawson?
Let's say here.
Okay, cool. The hustle and bustle of busy market times.
Oh yes, lots of stalls and shouting and.
By the way, that was a sick Tony Hawk's flip you just did there, mate.
Thanks, mate. I
I don't
haven't
know
managed
how
to
you
do-
did it.
I don't know either. But damn it. Oh well. It's for Ollie. Ollie, do an Ollie, mate. All right.
Okay.
Let's play.
Good. Did we all play with our little bits? Okay, great.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So the bustle of the streets increases tenfold as you enter the market square. People of every occupation, nation, and race can be counted amongst the throngs of food stands, merchant stalls, roving bards, town criers, pack animals, and gawking bystanders. Cluttered, noisy, smelly, and crowded, and you guys are here too.
Hey.
It offers everything up at once.
How delightful! Now, the last time that I was here, I obviously went straight to the apothecary because I was quite busy. We actually probably do have some gold to spend. So, is there any weapon merchants around here?
There is a weapon, like someone who's got some like small arms and things like that. But unless you're looking to sort of change your weapon entirely, you're not really going to find anything that will be an improvement on what you've got at the moment.
That's fine. I was mainly looking for some sort of like weird trinket stall, looking to do some like 24-hour daily deals that you'd find on like a video game. I've got some rare loot, but only for today.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
unfortunately, while there is a lot of stuff on offer here, this isn't quite sort of the area to be getting that high quality military grade magical items.
Are we here for? Is this a place for ham and bread?
Yes,
One of
various
those
ham, various hams, various breads,
cheeses.
Cheeses, avocados.
Is there?
Lotions, potions, oceans.
Is there a kind of like herbalist, someone like that I could go see, please?
The herbalist.
Anyone who's going to carry
Mikey,
basically reagents and stuff like that for potions.
Mikey will want to get some big doots.
Not quite, but
as you sort of like you wander through the market and you see like various the various different stalls. Like Gerald's Snippy Chips' Ham Emporium and
nice
things like that. There is one place that catches your eye, Mikey, because obviously you're on the lookout for it because you've just asked.
Yes.
There is Greengrass's Magic Mulch Emporium.
Which one's that one?
So it is just here next to the fountain.
All right.
There you go, right there.
Hello.
Hello, indeed. So Greengrass is a halfling that's running an alchemical shop. So it's a little bit more upmarket than most of the stalls here.
Yeah.
It's more sort of like a nailed down caravan.
Okay.
Static caravan. That's the word for it. It's sort of like that. It's hooked up to the mains. And it's got a lovely big ornate sign that says Greengrass's Magic Mulch Emporium, and there he is. It's a bit of an odd setting that there is a door entrance to his shop, but he's sort of like he's in a window like he's an ice cream van. Like there's he's got like a little menu next to him as he's hanging out the window, like just screaming nonsense about the random roots and mushrooms and crap like that he's got.
Right, I'm going to look at him and his little window, shake my head, and then go in the door. Nope, not dealing with that. In I go.
You go in. The first thing that you notice is that his door has been enchanted to play La Cucaracha.
Amazing.
All right, I'm getting my funk on as I swagger over to to his counter.
Yeah.
But like, what up, little man?
Okay, so he turns around from the window and things and goes, "Oh, didn't see you there," even though he watched you come in. He hops down from his window perch and like runs up to the inside counter and gets up on his. Yet very strangely, even though this is clearly like a very old place and the shelving where he gets his ingredients and everything else from has all been built to size for a halfling, so he can reach everything normally. except for some reason the counter is impossibly high.
Yeah.
So he still gets up on step ladders
Right.
for the counter,
Yeah.
and he's like,
Okay.
"Hello, how can I help?"
So look, I'm going to quickly roll an investigation check, Lawson, just to see if there's anything I can kind of like spot. I'm kind of looking for ingredients and reagents that may react with with blood. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So I'm going to roll an investigation check. I got 50, 13, 15. I mean, 15.
Oh, 15, right. You got a 15.
Well, my passive investigation is 15 anyway, so I'll just take that.
Yeah, you're under no stress or duress right now. So like you're looking for something that'll react with that you already know that will react with.
Well, I want to kind of ask him stuff, so I'm saying like, look, what can immobilize big animals, just in case. Like that's what I'm looking for. I want things to. I want to be able to take down something big. Get us out of trouble if needs be. I want a couple of herbs or roots or resins that you have that I can apply to my blade to paralyze anything rather large. Because we've been encountering. I don't want to cause a disturbance, and obviously, as a shopkeeper, you'll encounter adventurers from far and wide. But we encountered a werewolf recently, and I would like to minimize that again. So if you can keep your voice down.
Well, I mean, if it's a werewolf,
Silver, yeah, we know.
Silver, get the silver. I'm not a metallurgist.
Okay, that's not what I asked for, but Mr. Gnome... Oh, you're a halfling, that's right. You're not a gnome. Of course, a gnome would have understood what I said. So I would like, so something like to apply to my weapon, any herbs, anything that will cause paralysis, sleep, nausea, renal failure.
Okay. Yeah. He runs along the counter.
Amazing.
To sort of like the other half of things, and then just like hops down and starts. You can hear the shuffling of drawers and like jars and things like that as he's going through and things. And goes, nausea. You said yes.
Yeah, nausea. Great.
Yep, nausea. Okay, paralysis. Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Renal failure. Oh no, fresh out there. No, never mind. We're out of renal failure. How do you feel about bleeding from the ears?
Oh, yeah. Give me some of that too.
Some of that too. All right. Okay. And yeah. We are doing a 2-for-1 special on ear infection cures and gastric intestinal distress.
Yeah, give me a couple of those cures as well. Go on.
Okay, right, yeah. So you got a cure for ear infection. I'll throw that in separately. You don't want to cure their ear infection if you're trying to make them bleed from it. Oh, it's just ridiculous.
Keep them separate, well labeled as well. So.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll label them.
So what is it? So what is it that he's giving me? Is it like?
Well, so he's grabbed a couple of like little like sort of small like jars and tinctures and everything like that. He's dragged them back up onto the counter. He's up there. He's got a mortar and pestle, and he's sort of just throwing little bits and pieces into the mortar and pestle, and just sort of like grinding them up all together. And he puts it, and it's sort of like it ends up being sort of like a paste, like this horrible sort of like this sludgy. It's got almost like a pearlescent like sheen to it, like like petrol on a driveway.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of like film to it and things, and he scrapes it out of the pestle, and then scrapes it into a large sort of like a mason jar. Things, and he goes, right, that should do you. Be careful. Handle with gloves. This thing will seep through just about anything. Put that on your blade, and well, if they don't die, they're probably going to wish that they had.
Marvelous.
It's all gonna. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3. Some of that, things like that. Well, that should be good for about, say, about 10 uses. So 15 gold for that.
15 gold. I'm gonna whistle a Thindle and be like, you know that money that you said you're gonna give us?
Yeah. Well, he has paid you for yesterday.
Ah, sweet. How much was that then? I gave 2 of mine away, so
So you get 6. You get 6 gold a day.
sweet. Ah, sweet. I've got enough then, because I've got 10 gold currently, and then there you go, 15.
Right.
Bosh.
15 gold.
Can I get
and then,
can I
and
get
then-
a couple of empty vials as well?
Yeah. I'll throw a couple in there and things, along with
Thank you.
that earache cure. So he gives you 5
Marvelous.
doses of an earache cure all.
Beautiful.
I'll help you. He bundles that all up in a nice little branded paper bag and like puts it on the counter there for you.
Lovely.
And it's like, pleasure doing business with you. And remember, if it ain't green grass, it ain't worth fucking shit.
That's a great catchphrase.
I sort of just jumped back, like not expecting that. Like, oh, all right then. Thank you very much. And I'm gonna take my leave and just kind of put my stuff in my bags and pop off.
Brilliant. Sort of like waves to you, and as you leave out, obviously La Cucaracha plays again, and he kind of like wiggles a bit as he's at the counter, like clearly very pleased with himself. Like he's never got tired of hearing that.
Yeah. Right, cool. I've just done what I want to do in the market, so while everyone else wants to do that, I'm going to quickly go to the toilet.
Sounds grand. And it gives me a nice inroad now to say thank you very much, Jenko the Red, for his $2 donation for I'll buy that at a high price. Classic Resi 4 banter.
What you buying?
What are you
I'll buy that for $1.
What are you selling?
Ooh.
I'll buy it at a high price. See, I can't do it. You should be the perfect one at this, John. You should be the
the red. I'll buy it at a high price.
There you go. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Lovely. So while Boulder's been on his little shopping spree, you guys have been waiting outside. An old woman sort of wanders over to the pair of you,
An old woman.
a very old, like a wizened old woman, like if a discarded tree knot had gained sentience. Like really, like it's not good.
Is there a seduce thing in D&D?
I'm gonna act like you didn't ask.
Okay, sorry.
I'm very interested in this.
Me too.
I'm very interested in Stifler's great grandmom, who's just come up. I'm very excited.
Yep. She tugs it.
We didn't even have to roll. We didn't even have to roll.
No, you don't have to roll anything. No, she
Lucky us.
tugs it Grithor's waistband and and holds up an old like this really battered copper ring. And she's just like, oh, you dropped this. You've dropped this.
A bad one, huh?
Drop this, and then just like trying to hand it to you.
I reply with, I no drop that. I drop you. I pick her up.
No.
And I'm just holding her in the air.
Wait, what is happening? I've literally come out the shop to watching what looks like a
I'll be there.
big green man, Piccolo, holding someone up.
Grithor, put her down gently.
Okay. Put down gently like pet rabbit.
No, Lenny.
Yeah.
Put down gently. Of Mice and Men reference out of nowhere. Put all the puppies in the pillowcase.
Yeah.
Take cricket bat. They never know. Is that what you say?
Just gonna be like, let's de-escalate this right now. Noish.
This is carnage.
So,
anybody want to fill me in what's going on quickly?
Well, she came.
Old woman comes.
Yeah.
Old woman comes. Tries to give ring. Say you drop ring. I know drop ring. I wear ring.
It was a
ring. Make me crawl real fast.
No, it was a copper piece, mate. It's literally just trying to pick up some change for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
misunderstanding.
Yeah, down.
I take coin. I put woman down.
Yeah.
Coin.
I'm just gonna apologize.
Woman.
Like,
Coin. Woman.
Yeah.
No. It is a copper ring. It's not a copper
Oh,
coin.
sorry, I
It's
heard-
copper
I-
ring.
I pick her back up. Pick her back up.
Okay.
So,
I'm just,
Zero trust. Zero trust.
can I ask for the copper ring, and then I'm gonna call Thimble over and just be like, do you mind doing the old magic check on this then, please?
So
Yeah, where
where is the old woman?
Oh,
Is
no,
she still
she's still up there now. That's gone. That's gone.
Oh, she's shrieking
Oh.
like a pig in a wall.
Why are we? Why?
Yeah,
Back.
like,
Mikey, you know exactly how this woman sounds.
yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I'm like, Grithel, put her down now. Like, seriously,
Yo.
we don't need any more issues.
Right, Tor, I have left you for 5 seconds.
I have done
with
nothing.
him.
I have done
What-
fuck all.
What has happened? What has happened?
A nice
I
old...
drop old lady.
No.
Old lady on ground. Old lady on ground. See you on ground.
Right.
Old lady on ground.
I'm going
I'm like
He
8
just
feet
got
tall.
there.
It long journey. Long journey done.
Okay.
Oh,
Old lady drop.
I'm going to try and catch the old lady with my acrobatic skills, please.
wait, you're just
give
gonna
me
front
a-
flip
give me a-
into her?
Yeah, I might end up crushing her, man. Like,
Give me a dexterity check.
okay, dexterity check. Here we go. 15 plus 17.
Oh, lovely.
17. Yeah, so you managed to sort of like I mean, you know, High Note's a straight thrower, so he was just going to Gronk spike her into the ground.
Yeah.
So you managed to sort of just like put your arms out and catch the old woman before, you know, she turns to mush on the cobblestones. She's still like shriek.
I'll try and use a
She's,
persuasion check on her then and just be like, oh, chill out, love, chill out. It's just a bit of a game. It's what we do. He's really not from around here. You don't want to come across as racist, do you? If you don't insult his customs, I'll put her down, pat her slightly.
She is.
Well, like a 10.
No, she's not listening to this at all. She is shrieking, and like she sort of wriggles her way out of your grip, Ember Walker, and then she narrows her eyes, looks at both of you, and like she pinches Ember Walker on the forearm, and she just goes, "Cursed! I curse
right,
you! You are.
Why do I? Right.
Cursed.
Fuck this.
All of you are cursed!"
Nah.
And then she shuffles off into the crowd.
I'm gonna throw a fucking rock at her.
I was gonna go. I mean, I've had nothing to do with it. I was gonna go see.
I had nothing to do with this. I had literally nothing to do with this. I was standing there minding my own goddamn business, and now I had to catch a granny, and now I've been cursed. This is not
You were
fair.
an enabler.
You are cursed. You are
You're
cursed.
cursed as well.
No. Grithor. You are cursed. Ha.
I'm genuinely fizzing about this, Lawson. I'm genuinely like...
I'm like sort of in character. I'm gonna be more like, wait, am I cursed? Like me? Nah. I wasn't even. Nah.
Does the ring have any magical properties? We did
No.
ask if
It is
no.
like Findle like has looked over the ring, and he's just sort of looking over it in like 2 seconds. Yeah, I've got a roll of my own.
Oh, by the way,
Please rage amongst yourselves.
Yeah, while you roll, I can say thank you very much, Richard Dana or Dana, for €20 that just says, love all of your content. Have you ever thought about a session with the user base like 4v4? Yes, we are actually going to. We got approved for the members option for the channel quite recently, and we're going to be sorting that out and put live as soon as we can. And that one of the tiers that we'll have of that means that once a month we will get together with some of the users from this and either play some video games or play some board games with people. So yes, it is coming, but we can't say when. It might be next month, it might be the month after, but it's coming very soon. So do not worry. And thank you very much for the question and for the donation, you big ledge.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Back to the fuming. I still am fuming. Why do I get cursed when I did nothing there? I helped.
Right. Why does this happen when I turn around for 10 seconds?
No,
Just
that's
quietly. Sorry, guys. Just quietly and out of character. What happened to that rock you just threw at her?
Well, apparently she disappeared into the crowd, so I probably just fucking beamed someone else who didn't deserve it.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
you are cursed.
You've
Right.
beamed a pedestrian.
Right, I've been
How cursed you are.
Right. I know this is you are very much against the storytelling. Can he turn around and just be like, "Who the fuck threw that?" And I can just be like, "Fuck off," like that.
Or
We can
intimidation.
certainly, we can go through this. So first of all, roll me a dexterity check,
Here we
just
go.
to see how accurate this rock beaning is.
This will be an absolute 1 now. I can tell you. Oh, it's not. It's actually a 19.
I was going to say, would this not come off strength?
No, it's how accurate.
Ah.
Because he's aiming for an old lady in a crowd.
Oh, mate, you're just going to bean her right in a paper skull?
I don't want any tone out of you guys. After you guys drowned and killed some people that were just having a little scrap outside.
Drowned and killed? No one killed anyone. I
session-
didn't kill anyone. I knocked them out and I put them in the barrel, sir. So don't you, just because you're big,
After that, don't take that.
with a big temper.
You weren't there. You were at Apothecary. Having good time.
Yeah, I'm having a great time, yeah.
Apothecary now. Good film. Continue.
This is sorry, as a DM, this is what you love to see: a party tearing each other apart over an old woman.
Oh no, not tear each other apart. Just old lady.
Yeah. So yeah, that is a terrifyingly accurate shot. So you do manage to hit the old lady rather than any stranger.
Good.
And she goes down exactly as you'd expect an old woman hit in the back of the head with a rock from a Goliath would go.
Who is cursed now?
Luckily, she's not shrieking anymore.
Yeah, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
She'll be shrieking in the shadow realm after that.
It's like I wanted to recreate that moment from X-Men First Class where the guy just pushes the coin through someone's head, but with a rock. So bang.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Cat Roseman's just said, I said, whoever threw that, your mom's a hoe. That's exactly the energy I'm giving off with that.
Yep. You've absolutely baned this old woman. She's in the land of wind and ghosts.
Yeah.
There's quite a few pedestrians that have stopped what they're doing to help this old woman who seemingly has dropped out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll shrug if anyone looks at me. I'll just be like, I don't know. I don't know where I come. You know what I mean? Pretty good shot, if I'm honest. Pretty accurate.
Yeah.
But he should be very proud of himself. But not me.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Findle sort of like turns the copper ring a few times in his hands. He looks around and goes, "It's just a copper ring, really. It's nothing special to it. I wouldn't really worry about the curse either. I mean, it's quite a common scam around here of like, oh, you've dropped this. Oh, you should pay me for me finding that thing. Oh, if you don't pay me, I'll curse you." So I mean, usually they just tell them to piss off. They don't possibly kill them in the street.
The way I'm saying it is that I've helped clean up this street. There's one less scammer about, so you're welcome.
Yep, that's certainly one way to look at it.
Findle, give him ring. Give him ring.
You know
he
what?
remember today.
Give
him ring.
Thank you, mate. Thank you so much. I'm going to shake his hand. I'm going to give him a silver piece.
Ah, coin.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot you a glare of, why are you encouraging this?
Yeah, because you know what? I'm tired of being the straight man and all of this. I'm tired of trying to keep this on the, I went to the apothecary. I missed out on a fist fight. I'm never going to live that down.
Right, is that it? Is this us declaring as a party? We're going evil.
Are there more old ladies?
I was always neutral. This pushed me.
That's fair. I am good. So let's stop.
Yeah.
Been evil the whole time?
Let's stop murdering.
He's been evil the whole time.
He's just too thick to notice.
Yeah. It's possibly one of my favorite things about the high note.
Right.
Evil alignment and just too stupid to care.
Well, let's maybe not draw any more attention to ourselves, shall we? Let's go see Tychus.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's supposed to be a big deal, and it's like, people are already looking for him. So the more we're dicking around with old ladies, the more time we're going to waste.
Yeah. So as you move up the street, there is a bit of a crowd has gathered.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm a medical professional. Coming through.
No, that's not working. Try that one.
I am ambulance.
Like, just because you look like Doogie Howser doesn't mean you are.
I am ambulance.
And so the crowd... No, not quite, unfortunately. So there's
they're spawning in.
Yep.
close.
Sorry, the draw distance is a bit terrible in this.
And we've gone from tabletop to PS1 right now.
So the crowd sort of gathered around that area where the old woman mysteriously collapsed.
What old woman?
Oh, if old
The wild women.
If old people are mysteriously dying in the street, you know what they need? Necromancy. We might have just done a wonderful diplomatic thing.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, my thing as well is I'm thinking that if we need to get through this crowd, I'm going to go back, pick up the old lady and say, excuse me, coming through, there's an old lady who's been injured.
I was just going to climb across the top of the market stalls.
What is the crowd, Lawson? Yeah. We should probably let you actually.
So the crowd itself is sort of gathered around they gather around the old woman who sort of she's although she's conscious, the lights are on, but there's the hamster's been dead for months, and she's sort of there's a gentleman next to her who's sort of he's dressed reasonably smartly. He looks a bit different from the average common folk that have been moving through the market area. And he's just looks and goes, see, this is exactly the sort of thing I've been talking about. We need to close off this great city to the undesirable element that's taking over. I'm talking the drow, the tieflings, half orcs. And he points through the crowd at high note.
I will make an audible gasp. No, he didn't.
I think he did.
He carries on his diatribe of denouncing all of these races as impure abominations, and no better than monsters and things. He keeps pointing at high note the whole time, just really hammering things. He goes, it's they're monsters, they're abominations. They need to be put to the sword for the betterment of our city.
Okay, I've had enough. I'm going to quickly just patter up to him. Not just because I'm small. Patter on up. Which one is it? Is it the blue one or is it?
It's the blue one.
I'm going to power up to him. I'm going to tap him on the leg. Yep.
Yep. Hmm?
Nut punch. Bang.
Just give him the old...
Mate. And then, right, I'm going to roll this. Let's go with this hit. One arm to... Oh!
He rolled a 20.
He rolled a 20.
Yeah.
Right.
The nuttiest punch of all.
Oh, I'm going to pop some nuts.
Oh, it's Johnny every cage.
Yeah, literally.
Wow.
It's the bit where he does the splits, goes right down in slow motion.
Right, so... unarmed.
So that was it. So it was a nat 20, was that?
Yeah,
that was a crit, yeah. So, unarmed strike. It says it's an outright 5 bludgeoning damage, so would that be 10 then?
Ooh.
Would it be a crit?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Isn't bludgeoning unarmed strikes 1d4?
Oh, yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah. I'm not going to say that I rage. I probably should have raged, but you know what? I'm not doing it.
No, I think that he will be raging after his nuts.
No, I think there's a coldness to opening Gambit with a nut punch.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if he gets up then. All right, here we go. Roll the damage. That's 8 damage.
8.
Brutal. Brutal.
And as he sort of, goes to squeeze it and keep them from popping, I'm just going to say, look, many places are built on the bones and the goodwill of different races and different beasts and monsters. If it wasn't for all of these people, you wouldn't live where you are. So suck it up, take what's left of your testicles and go away. Otherwise, the same thing will happen to each and every one of you.
Yeah.
Flex.
Yeah.
So he sort of, takes a gnome fist to the nards.
Yep.
And that was
I am a rock gnome as well.
Yeah. You rocked his rocks.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was 8 damage, was that?
Sure was.
Lawson's finding out how dead his bollocks are.
It's always just a shame that these like cold shots aren't a thing in this, but hey,
you can always add them in. You can use the rule that I used to use, which was minus
like
5 penalty.
Yeah, -5 penalty. So with that, yeah, you absolutely rock him to his core. Like he takes the hit and goes to his knees. So he's at eye level with you. And he's wincing, like trying not to show exactly how damaged that is, but at the same time, you can see that pit of your stomach sick feeling rising through his face.
And as that rises through his face, a smile just rises on mine.
Brilliant. The rest of the crowd, like sort of like, ooh, and a couple of like ball shot. For the most part, though, the crowd is they're not really listening to this rhetoric, because a lot of them are people that have spilled over from you guys in the high street with the drow procession. Like you've left a pretty good impact on people when it comes to like how they should be viewing other races and other cultures that are coming through the city. So like doing a lord's work.
Alon's work. Demos, god of the sea.
No Demos.
Oh, okay.
Keep that away.
All right, fine.
Yeah. So he's he's rocked, but he seems more incensed there. That while the crowd is just not interested in what he's got to say, and have kind of like milled off, just like, oh well, sod, like sod him. These guys, these are good guys. Like they've give the bigot an old kicking in the plums. Like, we'll just leave him to it. Like he's not impacted anybody with his hate speech, but he does. He goes to grab a knife that's strapped to his boot, pulls it out, and goes to stab BULDUR.
Oh, nasty.
Bring it on.
So
I'll tell you what, even if he wants to, I see he's bringing the knife arm. It's going to be like, look, mate, even if you want to make it a little bit easier on yourself, you could tie my arm to yours. Do it prison rules.
And so, yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, 9 versus your AC.
9. Oh. Not even close. It's a big no, that mate. Sorry.
So that's a big no to that. Yeah, so he sort of like he goes to stab down on you, but massively like misjudges his swing and misses you entirely. Right. I want you guys all to roll initiative for me, please.
Oh, okay.
Is it a D20? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I got a 4.
11.
18.
Nice.
Plus 1. So I've got 19 for my innit.
What does initiative?
Right.
Oh, wait, actually,
sorry.
Goes off your dex modifier.
So Jules, what was yours?
Mine will be 6.
Jules 6. Mikey again.
19.
19, and John.
I got a +2 on that, so 13.
13.
I'm telling you, one time, at some point this is going to happen. With the amount I'm going to start punching people, I'm going to hopefully end him like Kratos ends Hercules in God of War 3.
Yeah.
Just, literally that. Perfect.
Well, hang on. Who's the one that he does the thumb thing to? Remember that?
Is it Helios? No. Yeah. Helios is who he pulls the head off.
Is it Apollo?
Yes, I think it is.
Where he just thumbs his eyes through.
Yeah, he just pushes it, squeezes them like a grape.
So good. So good.
Popping dudes' plums like a plate, like a grape, not a plate.
Yeah. Did you do the thing where you play God of War 3, then you load up the latest God of War, and just for a while you don't buy Kratos as being a loving father at all? Because they're like, no, you were a homicidal maniac yesterday. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Playing those games.
I've not finished it though.
Yeah.
I've not finished number 4. So
Oh, okay, it is amazing. It is amazing.
I've enjoyed what I played.
I was actually doing a video on like what happens when you play games sequentially when they've actually been massively apart by years. It is a very strange feeling because like when you play a game and it has so much, it resonates with you and it like sits with you so well, and you take a long couple of years break and then you get a sequel, you value it much more, or you've changed with it, or you feel like time has itself has moved on. If you play them back to back to back, you're just kind of like, this feels so strange. Like it just feels too quick. All the character changes that they make between them. Like even in the Uncharted series, you play that and you're like, okay, Nathan Drake, you're now suddenly. I don't know. I don't buy this now. Very strange.
Yeah. It's when, like, the thing that gets me is always when a studio will bring out a prequel, like as the latest one. Yeah. So you go from playing like number one, where you have usually minimal features, minimal like there's the extra bits haven't been added on. There's no all the accoutrement and all that shit. And then you get to like you play number 3, you're like, oh, this is amazing, this is so high paced. And then you go back to like the prequel, and it's like, oh, it's before, but actually I seem to have way more skills, more charisma, more everything about this character, and it just doesn't work. No. So like you get a prequel and you're like, oh well, I'm a really strong character and I'm here, and then you get to the prequel and it's like, hey Johnny, we gotta do a job, are you ready? And he's like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. So it's, you know what I mean, like, that's just me rambling. So.
No, look, I mean, God of War was the series that for me was the absolute worst for that, because that game, you know, the first 3 games are just essentially, you're angry, we're going to find a different way of giving you exactly the tools you had. Look, the chains are a different color, right? Then you play the prequel, and it's just that again.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that's it. You're like, oh, okay. And I guess this happened before the other things, but I'm overpowered as fuck. You know, they have to add new features. I hear you. I totally hear you. While we're here, though, I'm going to quickly go for piss. Is that all right with everybody?
That is fine.
Yeah, that's
good. Lovely, brother. Enjoy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because we'll get the combat started, because John's a little further down. So, Mikey, you're at the top of the board here. So,
top of the pops. How many are we fighting? Is there anyone else that's kind of got amongst us? Is it literally just me and him?
It's just you and him for now.
Sound right. Well, I should probably just try and chop at him with my sword. Be like, look, mate, you don't want this. You don't want this smoke, bro. I've got a big sword. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to forego attacking on my turn, but I'm going to hold my greatsword to his throat and say, look, I have a greatsword, you have a knife, and 1 testicle. It's not going to end well. Run away, or I will skewer you like a kebab.
Roll intimidation for me.
Damn straight I will. I just need to intimidation. Jesus. This is going to go terribly. It's like being shouted out by like a toddler.
You better stop what you're doing right now. Oh no, yeah, that's nice.
16.
Do you not get a bonus?
Nah. No bonus for this guy.
16 to intimidation.
Could even gesture to, the big guys who are here. Look at the size of me. Look at the size of them.
Yeah.
Extrapolate the damage that I have done to you. Yeah. You don't want big TORR there doing a speed bag on your beans, do you?
He is far too incensed to take in what you're saying. He is just screaming like slurs and rhetoric about like keeping a pure city and that you're all monsters and need to be put down and all that kind of thing.
Would you allow me to hoof a kick in his bollocks then?
You can make a unarmed attack at disadvantage.
That's all right with me. There's 1. So the first one, 6 plus 13. Second one, 13. 13. 13.
Ooh. That just gets his armor. Yep. So you give him a kick.
Give him a hoof.
1d4.
5 damage.
What's going on? 5 times?
5 times. I tried intimidating him by holding my sword to his throat, saying, like, look, mate, it's not going to end well. He didn't take it. He just started
too racist to care.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
just been spouting too much racism, so I just hoofed him in the nuts again.
Nice.
Hoping that the extra damage to the popped one might just put him down. At least knock him down, you know what I mean?
So now the cultist, like sort of like the racist cult bastard, because you notice that the clothing that he's wearing, it's more of like a uniform or an ordered sort of thing. Like it's casual enough clothing that at a distance it just seems like average garb. But up close and personal, you notice that it's sort of more of a, not quite a uniform, not quite like sort of like a sacred order robe, but it's definitely like, it's not something that you'd ordinarily like just pick off the rack.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's
Okay.
good. That's good to know because I mean, we're not privy to this information, are we? Because we're too far away. Can we make a perception check now based on that, or is that not a no-go?
Not for now, but if you guys get
Fine.
closer, you'll notice the same sort of thing. This is sort of information that Boulder will sort of notices straight away. So he goes back to sort of just slashing wildly at Boulder with the knife, with like sort of the knife that he's got.
In that case, I would like to call out to little man. You fine?
I find.
Well,
He fine.
As Lawson rolls, what if he rolls like he stabs through his heart?
Yeah, I was going to say 16 versus your AC.
Yeah, that's a hit.
It's a hit. Okay.
Alex.
As fine as he said he was.
Be 5 damage.
Ooh.
No, I just refuse to take it.
Yeah, I'm not writing it down on my character sheet.
Nope.
That's fine. That's fine, mate. Take it on the chin.
Yeah, and then
In the fucking
13 to,
vulture
and then 13 to your AC.
Nah.
Nah. Okay, yeah. So he goes like for a double slash. One catches you across the chest. The other one, it's too wild and doesn't manage to do anything.
Okay.
So then it moves on to Grithor.
Yes.
I have decided that since I can crawl as quickly as I can move, I am going to run crawl, the delightful action known as rawling. I'm going to roll while roaring over to that guy.
Oh, God.
Take him out under the knees because I'll be under him, right? Toss him bodily in the fucking air. And so help me, he can come back down onto the sharp bit of my fucking bagpipe.
Oof. Oof.
Are you like a bowling ball, basically?
Yeah. And let's just see. Let's just see.
Right. Okay. So yes, the rolling and roaring, that doesn't require a roll. You can just do that. You magnificent bastard. Give me a strength check to barrel into this bastard.
All right. So that's just a D20. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Here we go.
14.
Nice.
And
14 plus 4.
Nice.
18. Yeah. So you managed to sort of smash into him effectively, and obviously the sight of a large half orc rolling towards anything.
Rolling. Hey, rolling. Hey.
Has terrified most of the bystanders, sort of to keep the hell out of the way. So it is a nice clear path between you and the cultist. Mikey, can you roll me a dex save just to make sure that you don't get caught up in this?
Yeah, sure, man.
You can do it, Mikey. I
One
believe.
sec. I'm just gonna check my features and traits. Sweet, I didn't realize that. There we go. It's dex, it's stealth checks. Damn it. All right, okay. Yeah, I'll roll a dex saving throw.
Ooh. Nice.
20.
Hey.
Perfect. You managed to get out the way as Grithor comes in with the barrel roll. So you smash into him. You've successfully smashed into him. He has not managed to stop or get out the way himself. So could you give me an athletics check to hoof him up into the air?
All right, then. The old D20 again.
Yep.
Oh, it's a 6, but it's plus 4, so it's 10.
Nice.
Let's see if you can. Oh, yeah. just enough. You do manage to sort of, give him the old press up into the air.
Oh, the Ultimate Warrior style.
Yeah.
I've got you up. Drop you. Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
Exactly right. There you go. Drop him down, and you wanted to go against like his bagpipes, was that?
Yeah, I wanted to jam a bagpipe in his ass. Is the point I'm making? But it can go through any part of him.
Yeah. Okay. Just roll. You know what? He's coming down. He can't. He's on. I must see that.
He is literally. We've literally become a cult of mutilation.
Yeah.
Nice. A Pixies reference. Hot damn. Wave of mutilation.
So he's going to come down, and bagpipe counts as an improvised weapon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's the damage for an improvised weapon? Is it D6 or D4?
It depends on what they're using.
A bagpipe.
I would probably base it off clubs.
Based off clubs.
So I'd say 1d6.
Yeah, it's 1d6. Right, okay. Yeah, roll me a d6. And
Certainly.
But obviously it may splinter and smash, you know what I mean?
Come on, John.
Oh, yeah, there may be some lingering damage.
Oh, 6.
6!
6.
Yeah.
Critical 6. The Enid Blyton novel no one wanted.
Be a d6. What's his strength modifier?
My friend. It's +4, yeah.
So you get 10 damage with your bagpipes.
Oh, he lands on those bagpipes. Unfortunately, the bagpipes are trashed. Like as his full body weight comes down on these on this musical instrument turned Exhibit A.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he is not in a good way. He's been punched in the nards. He's been kicked around. He's been barreled into by a half-orc. I mean, on his own personal stance, he's been touched by a half-orc, so that's not going to make him happy. And now it is TORR. It is your go.
Like, how is he looking?
Like I said, he is not looking good. Like,
I reckon we just slice his Achilles tendons and let him go.
I'm going to be incensed at what he's been saying about my friend, so I'm going to go right up in there. I'm going to spend a key point, one of my 2, to do a savage blow, I think it is, or a flurry of blows, sorry. So it means I get to make 3 attacks against him unarmed.
Do you not use the key points as the bonus action to do the extra attacks on top?
Because it goes, you go unarmed strike, and then I'd use the key point to do flurry of blows, which makes me roll another 2 unarmed strikes.
Right. So you're just doing the whole 3 thing.
Yeah, might as well, because
I'm with you.
I think you have to nominate it as you say when you're attacking the first time, because it doesn't say in place of your bonus action. I think you just have to say you're using it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I have a book somewhere.
I always did it that like you could do your attack and then choose to spend a key point afterwards.
Sorry, in the monk feature,
immediately after you take your turn.
Yeah, it just says here after you take the attack action on your turn, you can spend 1. So I make the first attack and then I can decide whether or not I want to spend it.
Yeah, you can make your attack and then you can decide from there like how badly you want to continue to beat him.
Cool.
It's basically you decide whether you want to do kill stealing or not.
It's 21 is the hit.
Oh,
no,
wow.
no, actually it's 23.
Yep, that's a hit. Roll your damage.
Okay, so that is 1 plus 3, so 4. 4 for the first one.
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
Yes, he is still alive, but he is battered and bruised.
Then in that case, I will definitely spend that key point and I will rain down blows upon his head like nobody's business. So
that's 2 dice for you, brother.
Thank you very much.
Hammer him.
Here we go. We've got a 18 for one of them and an 8 for the other one.
Okay, one does hit, the other does not.
Fair enough. And the damage of that one is another 4 damage.
Another 4 damage. Okay. You have, you've not killed him, but you have completely rendered him unconscious.
Fantastic.
Like, he is in the land of wind, ghosts, and nod.
Good. Right, so I'll think that after he's been completely knocked out, I'm going to do I'm going to do the only thing that is completely... I'll be like, hold him up and be like, this is what you get for not being progressive in this city. And then, can I take a look at his cloak now, or do I notice anything about him? Does he drop his dagger?
Yeah,
for
so
example?
you notice the same sort of thing that that Bulldur's noticed, that it's, while it's not quite a uniform, it does seem to be some kind of garb or something like that that's been put over like street clothes. The knife itself is a little bit unusual just in the design, but there's nothing too specific about it. Like there's no unusual markings on it. It's just that the knife itself looks like it's been it's definitely been mass produced.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look like this has been, very well made, but there's like a slight curve at the bottom of the blade just to give it a little bit of an ornate feel to it.
Okay.
It's like one of those knives that like you buy on your school trip to Germany because you think you're a half man.
So it's so it's
Everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like,
so it's not got any sort of like identifiable marks. It's just something that is.
it looks like to be honest, it looks like a proper try hard knife.
Okay.
Can I have it?
Yeah. I mean,
Well, yeah, he's unconscious. No one's going to stop you.
I am gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal his knife. I'm gonna take his belt, and I'm gonna tie his shoelaces together.
And what I imagine that the crowd is like sort of like, yeah. So I'm just going to basically check his pockets as well to make sure he's not carrying anything other than dangerous, because we don't want a dangerous man like this going around.
Take his thumbs.
He's gotten really nothing much else in his pocket. Like a couple of pamphlets of some like deranged manifesto about like turfing out all half orcs and tieflings and things like that from the city. He's got like a handful of coins, and like about 15 silver he's got on him.
Cool. I'll split it evenly between the party.
Does anyone want to fancy like Gulliver's traveling and just like pinning him to the floor, like tying him down?
Well, I was thinking that if these guys here, I'm going to ask any of the nearby the crowd whether or not they recognize this man, or if anything like that.
Yeah, so you sort of like address the crowd who've been like watching this beat down. They kind of shrug and just go, he turns up at like, weekends occasionally and just starts farting on about like how we need to like hate everyone. He's usually like on a soapbox or anything like that. To be honest, his eyes kind of lit up when that old woman collapsed out of nowhere for whatever reason. We're not entirely sure. Probably not a rock.
I mean, I just get like, yeah.
Old ladies fall down all time.
Yeah, there's strange things happen, mate. Strange things.
That
Happen.
is what they are for.
She's a menace in herself. She's always accosting travelers anyway. So like,
Noise.
Something was going to come a cropper with her anyway. You know what? Sometimes when I see her doing her scams and things, I can't chase her off. I'd love just to wing a rock at her. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
no,
you
absolutely wouldn't.
You'd be some sort of monster, mainly a Goliath.
Yeah.
If someone did that,
yeah,
huh?
Yeah.
So what you're telling us is she's a button pusher.
She is a button pusher. Like,
you know what? I hate people like that. Like you say,
I'm a tolerant person, but I've called her a smelly old bint a few times.
Yeah, I mean,
and he's not much better. So to be honest, if you
call her name, we threw a rock at her.
No, shut up, shut up, mate.
No, we hate her. No, we threw a rock.
Shut up, brother. Shut up.
We threw a rock. Oh, so funny.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
He can't quite tell whether Grethor's being like serious or not, so he's kind of just like, yeah. He also saw the horrifying beatdown that this crawling.
Yeah. It's one of these things where. Carry on, Jules, mate.
Sorry, I was just gonna say. I wanted to dive in because we had a fucking huge donation just now from DJ Projugs, who is a absolute ledge. We've been chatting recently. Says, I've been really late, but at least I made it. Donated $65. Thank you so much, mate. Honestly, as I keep saying forward, those sort of donations, they really help out the channel and keep us going. So thank you so much. Genuinely appreciate that. Fucking ledge.
Good on
you.
Oh.
Right. So what have we done then? We've beaten up an old lady. We've dispersed an angry crowd, and we've absolutely kicked the living shit out of this guy.
Kick the bollocks off that man.
I feel pretty happy with how we've done today. I feel like we did.
Yeah.
It's
You've done some good.
Yeah, we've done some good.
But the thing is, though, we've done it for the greater good. We are
That's
teaching people. We're
Yeah.
not just ignoring these horrible acts of violence and terror that's going on right now. We won't stand for it.
This has been a very special episode of Live and Let's Die.
Yeah, it's almost like a thinly
It's
veiled
so
thing
progressive.
of what's going on. So, now that we've kicked the shit out of a racist, kill all Nazis, let's figure out what we're going to do next.
Let's nonchalantly whistle and walk onto the tower.
What, classic, put the hands in the pockets.
Yep. Like
Okay.
real Steamboat Willie it, just like
A happy little walking song.
Oh, here we go.
Let me tell you what we just did. We just threw a rock at an old woman. We just threw a rock at an old woman, and now she is dead.
Dead.
We threw a rock at an old woman.
Yeah.
She is dead, and we bashed a man who didn't like us. Yes, yes, we did. Ha ha!
Bashed a man, bashed a man, bashed a man, bashed a man,
Bashed his balls.
Bashed his balls. Bashed a man. Bashed a man. Oh, don't you know you're going to make it rain? Give me a coin or you will spend your life in pain. Coin?
Hey! That was beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, mate.
That was good.
the townsfolk are very enamored by this song. So a couple of coppers get thrown out towards you as a thanks for the dinner and show that you put on.
Ha ha!
Amazing.
Mm.
So,
So you guys lead your way through the market street to this through towards Tychus's tower. You've made it.
ooh,
Mhm.
huzzah!
So Tychus's tower is it's quite a lofty thing that extends off the top corner of a row of tall stone houses. You can just see the harbour and the water district from where you are off in the distance. And Findle lets himself in. The door's sort of a bit of a jar. It's still a door, but it's a jar.
We're,
I know you can't get me.
yeah.
I'll find you.
Yeah, Michael will just go downstairs and beat the.
You have no idea where I am, Michael. I can
Right,
get
that's
you.
it. No, I don't know where he lives.
Well, this is the
No
thing.
idea.
People don't know that you guys live together. It's still like.
Well, they do now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've ruined the joke. We had the long con going.
They've seen the news video that you were both in. I think they could piece it together.
We just don't follow social distancing, but
Yeah.
everyone should.
Yeah.
We might have just filmed that outside in the flat block or something. I don't know.
We got insider information.
Yeah.
So you guys find yourself at Tychus's tower. So it's a huge window and skylight flood the room with light, giving a breathtaking view of the port and miles out to sea. The walls are lined with bookcases and little cubby holes for maps, and the tables are piled with parchments. A shelf of clockwork toys, all of gnome design and make, line a wall near the bed, just opposite the sort of there's a large terrarium, the kind that you'd expect to find a turtle in, just against one wall. And this has all been completely ransacked.
Oh man.
It's the shelves have been overturned, the books are dumped across the floor. A lot of the parchments and things have been ruined by rain from previous days. Findle is just absolutely he's shocked, he's gobsmacked. He's completely lost for words when he sees the devastation that's gone on.
I'd like to.
F in the chat.
Yeah, I'd like to comfort him and just say, don't worry, we will find him.
Is Tychus a gnome? Right.
No, Tychus is a human.
Ah, okay. Do we mind if we just have a look in his tower anyway? Like, if they've I know it's been ransacked, but there might be something that Tychus might have left behind that only maybe a wizard like yourself might be able to identify. I don't know if you've got any magic runes. I don't know if you've got anything that you would be able to actually give us the information on. Would you mind coming in and just taking a look with us, Findle? I know this is quite heartbreaking and you think the worst may have come to your friend, but I assure you, if you come in, you might be able to help us find him. So all I'm asking is, from gnome brother to gnome brother, are we going in? Are we going to find your guy?
He finds your words sort of very comforting. So like his heart's not quite in it to start like rummaging around and looking around, but he does sort of kind of like offer you a couple of words of advice about maybe where you should be looking and things as you do this. So I want you all to roll an investigation check for me, and Mikey, you can roll with advantage.
Ooh, very nice. Oh, I think I just pressed. Wait. Oh, okay. Yes, I got 11. I accidentally pressed E and it just rotated the dice to a better value. And I was like, nah, I probably couldn't keep that.
14.
7 or 4.
Seven for you. Okay. So, like, Boulder, you unfortunately spend most of your time really more sort of like consoling Findle than you do actual like investigation. Like Findle kind of just sort of he'll wander off and sort of start muttering about like anecdotes and things as he sees the devastation. He's like, oh, you know, that's where we wrote this, or you know, oh, I remember it's like spent ages doing that. And
Findle, rest, my friend. I know what it's like having a human companion that you spend most of your time with. They can be seen as a guardian, a friend, a family member. I know how hard it is. I've dealt with this myself, having to leave my home and stop a tyrant from taking. I lost family, I lost friends. I know this is hard right now, and I know it's very hard to think that your friend is gone. But we're really going to need you to get out of the pain and suffering and really just give us a hand having a look. Just because you're a wizard, you may see something that we can't see. For all we know, there could be some magic invisible wizard writing on the wall saying Tychus is actually under the floorboards. So why don't you dust off the tears and get on in? All right.
You were doing so well. He does listen to your pep talk, and he kind of like sort of rallies himself a little bit as you're talking to him. TORR, you check and realize that sort of like the signs of the ransacking and things, that it was a few men that tore the room apart a few days ago, but there was no sign of a struggle.
Okay.
Like there's no combat or anything like that took place. It was just a couple of people came in here and ransacked it.
Right. So there's not been any feet burnings or anything like that.
No one's put anyone's feet in a fire or beaten them with a book or anything like that.
Okay.
And Grithor, what you sort of notice is something that's a little bit like sort of out of sorts, is that the terrarium is the one place in the entirety of the tower that hasn't been touched in any way, shape, or form.
Interesting.
Is that where a terrarium, is that like a lizard holder?
Yes, it's a lizard hole.
One has
a holder.
Lizard holder.
Yeah, it's both. It holds lizards and a hole for lizards.
All right. Should I go peering at the lizard holder, see what is inside?
Yeah, that might be a good shout.
I would. There might be some delicious eggs.
Maybe. Yeah, so I mean, if you guys want to investigate the terrarium, you can roll for that as well.
Sure.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, big numbers.
All right, I got a 9. and I get a -1 on investigation, so 8.
Oh, at least it's better than mine, mate. At least I only got a 4.
Fuck's sake.
And
what are you? Well, I don't really know what's going on. So, like, why are you checking the terrarium? What's
Well,
up with it?
I'll relay the message and just be like, so it appears that there was no sign of struggle here. There wasn't a fight that took place. So maybe Tychus went with whoever came to get him, and this place was ransacked after the fact by somebody else. But it might be that there's something still here. And in fact, the terrarium seems to be the only thing that isn't damaged. So we're just taking a look. Why don't you use your Gnome eye?
All right, I'll come on in. I'll have a look because I have an idea.
Right.
No, wait. I didn't do it. Sorry. I need to change the thing. I just pressed E by accident.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
There we go.
Oh no, we are useless.
Oh no!
I get a +0. I can't tell. Findle, why don't you have a look at the terrarium?
Yeah. Hacks,
So,
hacks.
Findle does manage to sort of like wander over and like he takes a look and things. He goes,
Go on,
"Oh,
Lawson, roll your investigation.
Yeah.
oh." She looks at the terrarium and goes, "Oh, thank God, Jeffrey might still be all right."
What's Jeffrey?
Free.
Jesus.
What?
Right, Findle's not doing too well either.
Oh my God! How many times can we check the same thing?
Well, you guys can take sort of what's it called? Like take a 20 on it, like because you're not.
You just take the completion.
Yeah, you take the completion because you're not under any sort of like direct threat.
We can figure it out in long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, a long time.
Completion.
So rather
At
than
least achieving it.
rather than sort of it being like a quick sort of like, hey, we've worked this out. It's kind of like you guys are just sort of headbutting your way through the concept of staring at a tank.
Yeah.
This is taking a few hours now, so it's like it's getting to nightfall. You've had to light a few candles as you're all like staring at this tank. Like,
I'm gonna pitch a question to the group.
Go on then.
Wizards can change form, you know.
Right.
What if that's Tychus? I'm pointing at Jeremy or whatever he's called. I'm pointing at the tank. Maybe he's in there. What if he's pretending? Maybe he saw this coming. Be smart.
That's very good. I like that, but why wasn't it ransacked or destroyed? I mean, do people just not check in terrariums anymore? I mean, why we're clearly checking it. But I'm happy. But I'm happy to go with the idea.
Having heard the idea that this might be the person we're looking for,
oh no,
Grithor has decided to charm the lizard.
Oh.
well, so yeah, like after a couple of hours, you do manage to sort of like a bit of rifling turns up a key that's been sort of buried in the mud of the terrarium. Yeah, it's a bronze key that's in the muck. You, BULDUR, from your sort of like gnomish heritage, you recognize instantly that is of gnome design, and it's specifically for like gnomish wind-up toys.
interesting.
Hang on a minute. There's loads of them on the wall.
Ooh, okay.
And also, because finding the key and disturbing the earth in the terrarium also turns up a a very large and hungry-looking newt that instantly causes Findle's eyes to go bright and goes, Jeffrey, he's fine. This is Jeffrey.
Tychus?
This is Tychus's pet. No, it's not Tychus. It's Jeffrey.
Oh, hey Jeffrey, what's up?
Hello, lizard.
I like that John has a prop.
I have a lot of wind-up things in the house.
Get it. Yeah, I think should we? Right, I'll scan the toys to see if there's one without a key.
Yeah, you notice straight away that there is a clockwork frog on the on the shelf that doesn't have a key, sort of locked into the back of it.
Does it have a keyhole though?
It does. Yeah.
Or have I just found a statue of a frog?
Yeah. No. It's not.
Okay.
It's not a
all right.
but...
So I'm going to stick the key in, wind the shit out of it, and let her rip like a Beyblade.
Okay. So you you wind it up, and the clockwork frog, it doesn't move, but its mouth opens, and you hear the sound of like, you hear a scratching sound as the gears are turning, and that's when the out of the mouth of the clockwork frog, a message comes out, and it goes as follows: it goes, "Dearest F, I fear my communications have been intercepted. I dare not stay. I have the map with me. I'll seek you out as soon as I can." And then the message sort of just repeats.
Okay, is this like a little scroll?
No, it's like a vinyl recording.
Okay, so it's like
It's the voice.
Right.
Like Trindle instantly recognizes, like, that's Tychus. Brilliant. They didn't get him. It means he's out there somewhere, and he's got the map.
it means we need to find Tychus
Yeah.
and the map. So why don't we set that up for next time?
Oh.
Yes, I was going to say. So just as you hear the message, and Findle, so sort of a mixture of, like, he's dejected that his friend is gone, but he's sort of hopeful that his friend could still be out there. He carefully lifts Jeffrey out and puts him on his shoulder and takes him with him.
Have we got a new companion?
And as you, yes, you do. You've got Jeffrey the new.
Yay.
Yay!
Right, let's just I know owlbears are keen on newts, so let's keep them separate.
And so as you leave the tower, storm clouds begin to gather as you make your way back to the bottomless cup, and first drops of rain start to fall. Findle requests that he pays you again for all of your hard work through the day as you arrive back at the bottomless cup at nightfall, and suggests that we'll sleep on it and formulate a plan going on from the next day.
Amazing.
Oh,
What a great session. That was really fun.
yeah, that was.
Thank you so much, Lawson.
Oh,
No
Thank
problem.
you, Lawson.
That
I really enjoyed that, brother.
It's a pleasure.
So as a catch up, we stopped people from being racist to drow, but we are being wary, Mikey. Don't worry about the necromancy.
Thank you.
We managed to kick the ever-loving piss out of a racist.
And it's bollocks.
And his bollocks.
And his bollocks.
You managed to meet up with a halfling who had clearly had way too much fun being a shop owner.
Yeah. Remember, I've got like I've got nausea and I've got paralysis.
And
So basically, I know that this is the thing. Too many weird things are going on, so I'm just being wary and getting myself some supplies ready.
and
You know,
and we
just preparing.
and we cleaned up the streets by taking an old woman scam artist off. Perfect. What a
Get
great
that old bitch off the streets.
Get that old bitch off the street. Well, that was brilliant. Thank you so much,
Amazing.
guys. And Lawson, obviously, for DMing. That was absolutely brilliant. Oh, and we just had another little subscriber as well. Sean Mullen, thank you very much for subscribing. And you know what?
What
Thank
a
you,
guy.
everyone in the chat who has joined us on this lovely little adventure today, especially those of you who kindly have donated. And I'm going to give you guys a little shout out right now. Captain Redbeard, absolute ledge.
Woo!
Frosty Anchor, absolute ledge.
Woo!
Gabe Sanchez, absolute ledge. Jenko, bona fide, legendary ledge. Richard Dana, or Dana, you have to correct me on that one, super ledge. And
Hell
DJ
yeah.
Pro Jugs out of left field with the big ledge bonus bonanza. Thank you so much, everyone, for just joining in, for donating, for subscribing, for just being a part of this, because it is excellent and I look forward to it each and every week. But the question is, what's going to happen next week? Well, you'll have to subscribe to Live and Let's Dice and tune in at 3 p.m. BST on Sunday to find out. But there's obviously a lot of stuff that we've got going on in the week as well. So why don't we plug some stuff like it's going out of style? John, my man, what have you got going on in this coming up week?
Oh, thank you very much. I'm at twitch.tv/Robotron, ROBBOTRON. I have shows every single day of the week. Got a lunchtime chill stream that I do where it's just sitting around chat. I've been I've been a professional comic for 17 years, so we have ourselves a lot of fun. And then at night I do themed shows. So Monday night is Monday Night Robbo, the late night variety show. Wednesday night is Crap Movie Night, where we're watching the 1943 serial The Phantom, and we watch old instructional movies from the 40s. Oh, it's crap. It's great. Then Thursday night is games with mates. So I just have streamer friends, comedian friends. We bitch about businesses. We have a lot of fun. A lot of famous people have been not quite mentioned, though details of their lives have appeared. And then Friday and Saturday nights, it's the Dark Room, the world's only live action video game. And then Sundays, I do a show called Sunday Lunch with Your Dad, where I pretend to be your father. It's surprisingly wholesome and popular. That's what I'm doing. 12 shows a week. That's what I'm doing.
Honestly, the man who never sleeps and never rests.
What a workload.
Yeah, I know. He puts us all to shame. So I'd feel bad for whoever I'm going to announce next about, because obviously how they're going to top that. Yeah, okay, Lawson, what are you up to?
Less.
Yeah,
Considerably less.
That's not true. You've nearly got your crusade done. No. I should have said for Warhammer.
Just off to Jerusalem, are you, mate?
Not personal crusade. Warhammer.
Yeah, my personal crusade is almost over. Like, they know what they did.
Yeah.
No. I've been furiously painting up a lot of Warhammer 40,000 for the release of 9th edition that will be coming at some point. Anything and all things hobby painting and Warhammer, you can always find me in the Live and Let's Dice Discord. So if you want to chat about that or about D&D or anything like that, if you guys have got any questions about the Dungeon in a Box stuff, please hop over to Discord, throw me an at. I'll be more than happy to help people out. If anybody wants to transfer their own assets into Tabletop Simulator or anything like that, I'm always popping in and out of the Discord, so I'm very easy to reach in that respect.
I've just popped a link to call Nightbot to put the Discord link in the chat, so if you're not already a part of it, it'd be great to see you over there. Mikey,
yes.
What have you been up to, and what are you going to be up to this week?
Gather round, children, and find out. So, for those of you who kind of tuned in, I started streaming. Some games. Streaming The Darkest Dungeon. Anyone who joins in and watches along will get a character named after them if they want. And will they survive the Darkest Dungeon? Will you survive the Darkest Dungeon? Will I? No, it's hard. And I get very stressed while I play it. I just want more people to join. Really, it's just it's nice to have a nice chat with my my childhood friends and my good friends from Newcastle. So it's just nice and pleasant. But I am going to be streaming more. I'm going to try and get 3 out this week.
Nice.
Being Tuesday at 7. I'll try Thursday, and I'll try the weekend with Live and Let's Dice.
Nice.
So I will be throughout this week. I'll be playing a little bit of Darkest Dungeon, carrying on that romp, and I'll be showing all of you wonderful people at home how much I can give out a good bit of discipline on UFC 3.
Nice.
So if you want it, come get it. Basically,
get these hands.
There's a lovely dichotomy between
catch hands.
John's Sunday father session and Mikey's disciplinarian sessions. It's Daddy's beating you in different ways.
Daddy's giving both a whooping.
Yeah. And if you want to, you can obviously stay tuned on Wednesday for my continuation of my personal stream on the Live and Let's Dice channel, where I'll be playing Fallout New Vegas, but with a ton of 40k mods. The last one that we played was utterly insane. So it can only get even more chaotic as it goes on. So I'm really looking forward to Wednesday at 4 p.m. till 6 p.m. Apart from that, you can catch me at the What Culture gaming stuff, doing my usual shit. That's it, basically.
Can I just quickly say, because I just read the chat there, I forgot, my Twitch is twitch.tv/Fang and Bang.
Yes, that's it. Fang and Bang.
Because you get the fang in, and then you get the bang in.
Is it Fang and Bang or Fang and Bang?
Fang and Bang, all one word. It's my personal Twitch. Just come and join. It's a free for all. Just if you want to come on and abuse me, feel free. If you want to come on and just cheer me on, feel free. But if you prefer to see me get knocked out, you're going to be pleasantly disappointed, because I'll be dishing out the beatings. Absolutely dishing them out. Hey, one for you, one for you, one for you, and one for you, because you're 8 and shit.
He's basically the lunch lady doling out beatings as if they were just dollops of flavourless cud.
What do you want, honey?
Beefy beatings.
Putting the cigarette out on top of the pile of mash just to really hammer it home.
What? Hey, my guy, what are you going to do? What are you looking over there, 50p? You're in the lunch line. You're going to get slapped, and that's about it.
What are you going to do about it?
But what are we going to do about it? We have to end the stream. So thank you very much for joining us. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this today. As always, it is an utter pleasure, and it makes me just hype for next week.
Oh, can't wait.
It's been a joy, gentlemen adventurers.
So until then, hope that you have a fantastic day, whatever you're getting up to, both the gents in the chat and also everyone watching at home. And we will speak to you soon. So catch you in a bit. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.